He's a really good fighter, and this is a challenge for me. Like they say, I have everything to lose because he's coming to weight classes. And winning for me means a lot, especially in this fight because it's a big fight. And I'm here in boxing to make history.
If you win this fight, does it push your legacy?
I'm gonna win.
When you win this fight, does it push your legacy up even further?
Of course, but I'm not thinking about lose. I'm ready. I can feel it. I'm ready right now. If the fight is right now, I'm ready. My style don't change because I can do everything. I can box, I can go forward, I can counter punch, I can do whatever I want. The sparring is very important, to get ready for the fight. Obviously, they need to be as good as my opponent, right? Everybody have issues with that kind of style. But I'm working for that, and I have the experience to face every style now, and I'm different. Yeah.
He's a very good fighter. He's stronger. He's very compact. He's like a bull, He's a smart guy. He's a young guy. He's a regular guy. He's a regular man, like
Gennady Golovkin, also known as Triple G, recently made some shocking comments about the upcoming fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Meanwhile, Robert Garcia spoke about the same matchup. He noted that many fans are concerned about the size difference, but emphasized Crawford's strength and intelligence. Garcia said Canelo's recent performances show that he has been focusing on single, powerful punches instead of applying constant pressure to break down his opponents. In Garcia's view, Crawford's speed, ring IQ, and ability to control the pace without excessive movement could help him win on points, even though he doubts Crawford can knock Canelo out.
Canelo versus Crawford, highly anticipated fight, quickly approaching.
I know a lot of people are not very excited about that fight, and they think the size difference, huge difference, but Crawford's big, man. Crawford's a very strong fighter. He's a very smart fighter also. So look, the way Canelo's been fighting his last couple of fights, where he's just, looking for one punch at a time and maybe not doing enough to hurt his opponents, maybe not doing enough to finish them off. I could see Crawford pulling it off.
Decision.
I think Crawford could pull off a decision because he's fast, he's smart, and he doesn't need to run. He could stay around Canelo and just pretty much focus on winning a decision. Because I don't think he could knock out Canelo, but he could definitely win.
In addition, Brian Norman Jr. voiced his support for Terence Crawford, saying he was rooting for him because he likes backing the underdog. He pointed out that Crawford faces challenges such as being older and naturally smaller. Some even say he walks around at just 140 pounds. Still, Norman said that is exactly why he wants Crawford to win, because the odds are against him.
Because I love going for the underdog. He got everything going against him, and I just want to see him. He's older, he's naturally smaller. Some people say he's still a natural 140 pounder. Everything is against him. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to see a win because.
On the other hand, Gennady Triple G Golovkin praised Canelo Alvarez as a very good boxer with a high fight IQ. He described Alvarez as small but strong, powerful like a bull, and very smart. When asked about Canelo's weaknesses, Golovkin said Alvarez is the same as any other fighter, meaning no boxer is truly invincible.
Keep it a stack. This is the fight of the century. Everybody's talking.
I know.
How do you see it, man?
Man, I really see. I see that Bud is gonna do good. He's gonna do good, but I don't think he's gonna win. But I do see Bud getting a lot of punches off, being able to tag Canelo with single shots. But they have.
Ryan Garcia also weighed in, saying that even though Terence Crawford could do well and land hard shots on Canelo Alvarez, he doesn't believe Crawford will win. He said Crawford may be able to hit Canelo, but he doubts those punches will seriously affect the Mexican superstar.
That's the thing, like, I know he's gonna be able to hit Canelo, because I've seen Canelo in sparring where he, like, not that he's getting hit, well, he is getting hit, but it's so ineffective that what he's doing is just he imposing himself too well, and I see that happening. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, Crawford is a great fighter. I think he's one of the best. I just think that he's fighting a little bit more than he could chew. But you never know. If anybody can do it, it could be Crawford. You know, I do see him, like, when he fights, I'm like, damn, how do you beat this guy? You know, he could do it all. He could box, he could bang, he could, you know, step on the gas when he needs to. He could, you know, he could do everything. The only thing I see is sometimes he gets cracked with some crazy ass shots, but other than that, I mean, he's really one of the most complete fighters I've seen.
Ryan Garcia added that Crawford's shots probably won't work because Canelo is simply too strong. Still, he called Crawford one of the best fighters he's ever seen, praising his boxing skills, his ability to hit, adjust the pace of a fight, and switch gears when necessary. However, Garcia feels Crawford is taking on too much in this matchup. Even though Crawford is a complete fighter, he has taken heavy shots before, which could become an issue against Canelo.
Yeah, I'm a big Crawford fan as well. Like, every time he sees me and my brothers and my dad at fight, he comes out of his way, shakes our hand. It's all respect. But I just feel the weight's a little too much, Marcos. I feel it's going up 2 weight classes, really like 3. And early, I feel Terence will have great success. I mean, maybe he'll get Canelo's head snapped back, or, you know, catch Canelo early. Maybe I could see Terence Crawford go southpaw, because you see Canelo has had a bit of problems with southpaws. You can see Canelo, I could see him getting frustrated, picking him up like how he does, like when he gets frustrated. But I say 6th, 7th, 8th round on up, I think he'll figure him out. And we need Canelo to get a stoppage, if not get a get a knockout. I think it'll be great for Mexico, and it'll be great for Razas. But I got Canelo, you know, coming out with
Fernando Vargas Jr. also shared his thoughts, saying he truly respects Terence Crawford but feels the jump in weight is too much for him right now. Vargas acknowledged Crawford could start fast and even snap Canelo's head back or frustrate him with his southpaw stance, since Canelo has struggled with southpaws in the past. However, Vargas believes that by the 6th to 8th round, Canelo will have figured Crawford out and will either stop him or knock him out. He added that a Canelo victory would be a big moment for Mexico.
It's a very, very good fight. You know, 2 great fighters. I grew up admiring them my whole life, you know, so I'm excited for that fight. I think Crawford is a hell of a fighter. You know, if it goes the distance, he might be able to get that decision win. But I think if there's a knockout, then it might be Canelo who's getting the knockout win. But I'm ready to watch the fight. You know, I'm going to be a big fan that night, and just be rooting for both guys. You know, they're both great fighters.
Diego Pacheco expressed excitement for the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. He said he has always admired both boxers and will be watching closely. According to Pacheco, if the fight goes the distance, Crawford will likely win by decision. But if there's a knockout, it will probably be in Canelo's favor.
I think Canelo's gonna win, but like I tell everybody, man, as a business standpoint, I think it's gonna be a draw if it goes the distance. But I see Canelo getting the stoppage. I don't think Crawford's gonna carry that weight well. Even if he did put on weight, I don't think that was a good idea, especially coming up from a smaller guy. But you know, it's gonna be a great fight. 2 brains in the ring. It's gonna be.
Lawrence King, who spars with Canelo, predicted Alvarez would win by knockout. From a business perspective, however, he thinks it could end in a draw if it goes the distance. King questioned whether Terence Crawford can handle the added weight effectively, given his moving up from a lighter division. Still, he admitted the fight will be fascinating because it features 2 highly intelligent fighters.
Went straight away with Crawford, and so did Spence. I mean, other people that we've spoken to, I think Paul Smith and other people that sit on the show with us think it will be Canelo Alvarez because of size. We've seen Canelo Alvarez take that journey up to light heavy and find himself coming up against Dimitri Bivol and not being able to do what he does at super middleweight. I just think that Crawford is such a fighter of such stature and competence that he might just be the kryptonite to
Simon Jordan discussed what he would do if Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford actually fought. He said he would back Crawford the same way he did against Errol Spence. Jordan noted that while many see Canelo's size as an advantage, Crawford is a real threat thanks to his superb technique and confidence. He also pointed to Canelo's struggles against Dimitri Bivol as an example that size alone doesn't guarantee victory, suggesting Crawford could be Canelo's weak spot.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can.
All of this makes September 13th more than just another fight. It's a battle between the past and the future of boxing. Crawford is 36 years old but still healthy and disciplined, while the 34-year-old Canelo sometimes appears older and slower in the ring. If he underestimates Crawford's speed, accuracy, and timing, it could cost him. Former unbeaten champion and respected commentator Andre Ward also predicted a Crawford victory. Ward praised not only Crawford's skills but also his passion and determination, which he believes set him apart.
You can see Crawford winning. And why? Well, Canelo's last performance, real quick, what could it be? I already went over this. You want to hear it in a deeper breakdown? Canelo, he's either old man time, that undefeated guy, he finally caught up to him. He's made so much money that the urgency's not there, the fire's not there. At least it wasn't there a week ago. Oh my God, I'm gonna say this one, maybe he's a little overrated. I listen, you know, you can make the argument that he lost the first Triple G, you know, but you can make the argument he lost to Lara. He did lose to Mayweather. You can make the argument he was too young in his career. Maybe. Although it wasn't that young. He turned pro when he was 15 or 16. He was 23. He was already pro for how many years?
Coach Brian Bomac McIntyre, who trains Crawford, was confident before the fight, saying they're ready to win despite the challenge. When asked about his size disadvantage, Crawford told critics to wait and see, reminding them he had correctly predicted the Spence fight despite many doubting him. Teddy Atlas also believes Terence Crawford has a real chance to win because Canelo Alvarez's recent performances suggest he may be slipping. Atlas said Canelo might have lost his hunger after making so much money and also called him overrated, pointing out that many felt he lost his first fight to Gennady Golovkin and was easily beaten by Floyd Mayweather. He argued that although some excused the Mayweather loss by saying Canelo was too young, the Mexican was already a seasoned pro at the time.
I think Canelo will try to control the center of the ring. I think he might even box a little bit on his toes. Due to the fact because he wants to feel the punching power, and vice versa. Crawford wants to feel his punching power as well. You know, in the beginning, it's all the position balance. Like both guys are trying to get balance and trying to find their rhythm. You know, understanding their distance to where they can punch and at the same time avoid getting hit. You know, it takes Crawford a little bit more time than I would
try to control the center of the ring and start slowly as both fighters gauge each other's strength. He said the early rounds will be about placement, balance, and finding the right distance to avoid counters. Bradley also noted Canelo tends to find his rhythm faster than Terence Crawford.
Canelo problem, because Canelo probably gonna think he's gonna be moving a lot, and I don't think so. I think Crawford is gonna practice, you know, rely on his counterpunching abilities, and then start taking the lead and putting Canelo in positions he's never been in, you know, in a long time. So, and I think that's the right way to fight Canelo. You know, you can't worry about his power. You just got to worry about making him miss and then countering and being effective. And Crawford has all the ability.
Ronnie Shields said the fight looks fun and believes Crawford has a real chance to win. He explained that Crawford's style differs from fighters like Callum Smith and Erislandy Lara because he constantly shifts position, moves quickly, and counterpunches sharply. Shields said Crawford can most effectively challenge Canelo's authority by making him miss and then capitalizing on openings, which could disrupt Canelo's rhythm and make him uncomfortable.
Having fought Terence, him now fighting Canelo, moving up 2 more weight classes to fight a lot bigger guy.
Сейчас всем интересно вот это бой, потому что они занимают паунд-по-паунды. Кроуфорд, у Кроуфорда есть высокий IQ, и обоих стойках он может боксировать, Он можно давить и бегать, и даже ближний бой тоже может. Поэтому мне тоже интересно, если он не набирает лишний вес, может тоже выиграть это.
Joel Diaz predicted Terence Crawford would lose but not get knocked out because he's too skilled and durable. He said Crawford might trouble Canelo Alvarez early, but once Canelo realizes there's no real threat, the fight will tilt his way. Diaz added that Canelo has already absorbed the best shots from heavy hitters like Golovkin and even 175-pound fighters without being hurt. This gives him confidence Crawford won't stop him. Israel Madrimov noted that both men are pound-for-pound stars, which is why the fight has drawn so much attention. He praised Crawford's ring IQ, stance switching, distance control, and adaptability, calling him dangerous every round as long as he doesn't add too much weight.
Was undisputed at 154, and Canelo hit him, and Jamel was like, hell no, Jamel took a knee, you know. So it's a big difference. And Crawford had that one fight at 154, and he didn't, you know, Madrimov would touch him up a little bit. And this is nowhere close to Madrimov. You talk about Canelo. Now, if it was just another bigger guy, I would go with Crawford. But you talk about this might be, I mean, people might kill me for it, but well, not really, but this might be the best Mexican fighter ever. One of them, at least, right? You talk about Canelo and Crawford going up against him.
Regis Prograis highlighted the difference in power by referencing how Jermell Charlo, the clear 154 pounds champion, quickly lost when Canelo Alvarez landed a clean shot. He said Terence Crawford has only fought once at 150 pounds and that Israel Madrimov won that fight. Prograis argued it's a whole different level when you face Canelo. Still, he admitted Crawford might beat a naturally bigger opponent, but Canelo is one of his favorite Mexican fighters ever, so defeating him will be far harder.